room, take a seat at the table, at the computers, log into your student accounts and into the Google document folder I sent out earlier this week. So here's a quick agenda of what we'll be doing in the class today. We'll go over the American Dream, primary sources, and have activity. So quickly in the Google Docs labeled the American Dream, write down 4 phrases for when you hear the phrase the American Dream. So 4 characteristics, sentences, whatever comes to mind when you think the American Dream. So this will take like 3 minutes and we will go, I'll put it on the projector and you'll see each student's comment. So the American Dream is very important in The Great Gatsby. This is an essential question. How do you successfully analyze a primary source? So the American Dream is very important to The Great Gatsby. It is a theme that travels throughout the book. And our project, your project for this English class is you will be making project boards with a group on a theme throughout The Great Gatsby using primary sources. So to go over quickly the theme of the American Dream, we have a video.
Hi, I'm John Green. This is Crash Course Literature. So the 2 books most often cited as the great American novel are The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn and This Slender Beast, The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. The U.S. is a country founded on the principles of freedom and equality. Huck Finn is a novel about slavery and radical inequality. We're also a nation that believes in the American dream. We pride ourselves on our lack of aristocracy and the equality of opportunity. The Gatsby is a novel about our de facto aristocracy and the limits of American opportunity. I mean, Daisy Buchanan. Mr. Green, I hate everything about this stupid collection of first world problems passing for a novel, but my hatred of that Willie Catherine loser Daisy Buchanan burns with the fire of 1,000 suns.
Oh, me from the past.
Here's the thing, you're not supposed to like Daisy Buchanan, at least not in the uncomplicated way that you like, say, cupcakes. I don't understand, where are my cupcakes?
It's not your birthday or merit-ration.
Ah, stupid merit-ration only coming once a year. I don't know where you got the idea that the quality of a novel should be judged by the likability of its characters, but let me submit to you that Daisy Buchanan doesn't have to be likable to be interesting. Furthermore, most of what makes her unlikable, her sense of entitlement, her limited empathy, her inability to make difficult choices, are the very things that make you unlikable. That's the pleasure of Gatsby. You get to see yourself as others see you, and you get to see others as they see themselves.
So this goes on for like 11 minutes, but I didn't put you through that one. But it's great. You should honestly just watch the whole thing. Oh, no, I might get back into this. Oh, okay. So as a class, we will go over the themes of the American Dream and how it plays into the books of Gatsby after watching this video as a whole. So to further understand the American Dream in the 1920s, we can take a look at primary sources, which you may ask, what is a primary source? A primary source is an original document recorded at the time that an event occurred. So these can be first-hand accounts, data collected by researchers or journalists, say on how many deaths there were of alcohol poisoning in the 1920s, historical documents, novels and books, so The Great Gatsby, and primary sources can also be written after the event. So these are memoirs, oral histories, documentaries. Why should we use them? You are probably also thinking. So this helps to further explain how major events relate to each other. We can recognize points of views and materials of the time, and it helps us to think critically and distinguish between facts and opinions, especially with secondary sources, which we will be talking more about next time I come in. And this helps us to further develop our own conclusions on a text. So some examples are diaries, personal interviews, artifacts such as like a dress that someone wore in the 1920s, original advertisements, video recordings, audio recordings, autobiographies, photographs, newspaper articles, novels, and government documents. Oh, and speeches. So here are a few primary sources we could be using while relating to The Great Gatsby. So we have an advertisement for The Great Gatsby when it was published. We have an editorial cartoon for the 1927s. And we also have a letter written by F. Scott Fitzgerald himself. So that can take a look at his own personal life. So how do we find these primary sources? We search through article databases, such as like Gale or JSTOR, use the library catalog, or you can ask me or the other librarians on hand. So questions to ask yourself while reading primary sources. What kind of documents is this? Who created this source? Why did they create this? That really helps you figure out how that relates to the time. What is the creator's relation to the event, and what does the creator want me to know? So, during our next activity, you will be going into the Google Doc labeled SOAP and filling that in. And I have a few links on this PowerPoint, as well as in a longer article on your document, of different databases that you will be picking a source from. It can be any source. It can be a video, a photo, an advertisement, anything that helps you figure out the American dream and Gatsby. So it does have to relate to what life was in the 1920s. So you'll be filling that out, and then we'll come together after that. So this should take like 20 minutes. So now that we looked at some primary sources, I hope this relates to the theme of the American dream and helps you further the project we will be doing soon. So going over again, a primary source is an original document, and that helps us further our research with the time period created. So now, as we exit class, I would like everybody to bring up the document labeled exiting, and you will type in a citation for your source and give 1 to 2 sentences on how it helps them better understand the Gatsby. So, curtsy at the end. Don't know why I curtsied.